Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Between the Trees, our DDDS College Basketball 2018 Dynasty. We're doing, or yeah, we'll call it Dynasty. Today, we're going to go ahead and take a look at our coach and our philosophy, and we'll probably try and skip up to recruiting since we're on the early, we're in the first season, so that usually makes it pretty easy. Pop the game up, as you can see here. Here's our profile of our coach. Where I decided to. Let me try speaking again. Yes, no, I'm not going to edit these videos. This is why you stream, because then you have an excuse not to edit. But anyways, getting back. So as you can see, we decided to take over the Delaware State Hornets. There are about 3 or 4 schools I was looking at, and Delaware kind of won me over. It is actually a historically black college, obviously in Delaware. Interestingly enough, actually it apparently has a very high, I think it was a very high white population. It was like 30%. It's like one of the highest in the of the historically black colleges. This is like of 2011 though. I mean, we're using Wikipedia here, so don't expect great data on that. But yeah, that was kind of surprising. The team, as far as I could find, again just using Wikipedia, they won the MEAC championship in 2005 before getting beat by Duke. And they've also been in the NIT in 2006 and 2007. It doesn't say if they've actually had any real success since then. Getting into our coach, I don't know if it has our coach name on here, but we decided to call our coach Grant Polkey. That was from my Behind the Name specials, which essentially Grant comes from grand, which of course was tall, etc. And then Polkey apparently means, I believe it means like tall, lanky pole or something. It could also mean someone living near the pole, according to Behind the Name. So I kind of like, there we go. As usual, my picking names based on characteristics. I do that a lot. We'll go through our philosophies here first, since it's already on this page. Of course, you can see our age is 30. I gave it between 28 and 40. It took the random.org took 30, so I'm like, that's good. We actually have a high reputation. Yeah, I could actually work, if I'd wanted to, I could have taken a job at like Arizona State, which was surprising. I apparently made my skills a little too good. But what can you say? I put them in between, like, what was it, amateur and average, a little bit below average, and just kind of randomized them. And then I had to actually cut them down by 10 because random was putting up a lot of 40s. I was like, I want to go a little lower, especially considering his age. So we'll go through our tributes real quick. Obviously, we have high ambition, low academics, because as in the last video, when we were doing 2017, I kind of wanted to screw around with playing low academic schools, which is also why we're at Delaware State, because they D- in academics. And kind of pick up those recruits that don't meet their SAT scores for some of the bigger schools, see if we can kind of capitalize on that. Integrity very high, because then we're bribe. I actually had to go with a low temper. And average discipline, because I wasn't sure really. I just said average discipline, why not? Low academics, obviously, I mentioned that, I believe. Philosophy, sort of similar to as in 2017. We're going to play a slower, more set-oriented pace. I put more towards youth, but I'm kind of iffy on that. We don't really play a full-court defense. I put it about 7 for defensive intensity for right now. It's kind of in between where I want to set that. 9 for defensive crash boards, 8 for offensive crash boards, because again, we're going to be playing... Actually, I guess I should have mentioned that, but yeah, if you remember the series from 2017, the whole 2 episodes we did. Not really a series, mini-series, uncompleted series, call it what you want. Pardon me, had shit in my throat. Not literal shit, that would be kind of nasty. But from the 2017 series, the whole idea of Between the Trees, I think we called it Beneath the Trees at that time, we're going Between the Trees this time, is we're going to essentially play through our centers and power forwards. We're going to look to do sort of the Twin Towers type setup. We're going to have 2 really kind of big, dominant centers and kind of pair them around a group of, you know, decent shooting guards. And yeah, just kind of play through our centers / power forwards. So with that, that's obviously why we're gonna hit the boards pretty hard. I was kind of iffy on that, but it's kind of the frequency which we try to rebound. So that's kind of why I put them up high. The main reason, like I said, I was kind of iffy on it because the idea is that we have the two dominant centers that kind of, gobble up all the rebounds. So if it would be better to have the rest of the team running or getting back in transition and letting the centers do their job. But since I'm hoping that it essentially means, as I said, the frequency that we go for more rebounds. We'll see. Since we're actually going to watch the games, we'll kind of be able to tell. Those may get adjusted. Rotation, I tend to play my starters heavy minutes. Not as heavy as they could be, but decent amount of minutes, so that's kind of why it's stored in no bench. And then we're going to play about 30% in zone. We'll kind of talk about that in a little bit. I'll go into staff so we can see my skill numbers. So we're set. We have 39 right now for offense concepts, 34 defense, 34 recruiting, 55 for scouting, and 46 for player dev. I want to keep scouting high, only purely because last year's game, or 2 years ago, and maybe last year, kind of the issue too, is scouting was a lot slower to develop than all the other skills. So I want to start with that being a little bit higher. Everything else, though, I actually did have to cut down, except for player dev. I think I did keep higher as well. So we have a couple kind of good skills, but like recruiting, we had it at 44. I was like, nope. Defense 44, offense 49. So we kind of cut all those down by about 10. I of course forgot to write down what our end numbers are, but that's okay. I'm not going to tell you because I figured that's kind of the reason I didn't show the coach grading either. I think, oh, that kind of make it a little more interesting. You kind of won't know where our coach is going to end up, what his skills will in the end be. As you can see, our assistants, we have one really good recruiting assistant, which was kind of surprising, and the rest suck. Good old small school living. You get one or two assistants who don't suck, and a lot who do suck. The downside, if you haven't checked out the blog yet, they can poach coaches at a school once they're down to the last year, so we may only get 2 years of Marco Rencher. Also, humorously, I like that none of our coaches are black at a historically black college. But hey, again, my coach has a German name, so what can you say? Oops, we didn't want to go there yet. My habit of clicking on shit while we're going. Strategy, we're going to set that now, because I didn't set it. I think we've talked about the offensive sets, so if you want to see them, I'll probably have to scroll through them myself. But my plan is to change all this first. I want to run triangle, because it's traditional, and we also play through bigs. I'm going to run primarily triangle. I'll set that to 50 right now. It'll actually be more. And then I'm thinking of Princeton. So again, we'll play through a passing center. It does require a lot of cutting from our guards, which isn't quite as much what we're going for, but I do kind of like the idea of using that high passing. We don't really want to use that. Flex, we're not too interested in. We're going to probably mainly run a triangle Princeton motion offense. I was kind of between that or high post, because I really do like the high post horns type sets in real life. Those are some of kind of the ones I really like. Like if I ever showed you playing me NBA, ever showed me playing NBA 2K18, you'll find I do like the horn sets where they come up and kind of cut off the big men off a high post kind of horn look. And little things like that, so. We may eventually do a high post, but I'm thinking I'm going to kind of lean more towards kind of Princeton in motion, especially because, again, we don't really want to be out of position for rebounds. We're going to favor inside, of course. Let's set that real quick. We're going to run primarily sets early on. Do maybe... I'm going to do 80-20. I want to have a little freedom in the offense. I don't want to have it just be complete sets and really lack that kind of freestyle sort of offense going. So we're going to run... We'll probably do... I'd say we'll probably do maybe 60% triangle. We'll do a triangle motion primarily, so we'll run maybe 20, 30. Yeah, we do about 60% triangle. Oops, not 40. 30% motion and a little Princeton we'll be throwing in there. there you go. So we're going to run a triangle motion offense with a little bit of Princeton thrown in. Defensively is going to be primarily not 3-2 zone. Is not going to be included. We're going to run about 70 man, 30% 2-3 zone. Boom. There you go. Easy enough. I was kind of between which zone. I kind of like the 2-3 zone because we're going to have the we'll have a nice big man in the center there, and the other guy can kind of stretch and get some good blocks out there, hopefully. Because it sounds like we have upside to the wing point and high post, but we don't want to let them attack from the low post. So actually, we do have a good low post defender. We should have low post defenders once we get this going. 1-2-2 zone was another one, but scoring from the corners is the worst thing, as we found out from New Day NBA. Anywho, so there's our defense. There's our offense. See, like I said, we're gonna run a man-to-man offense primarily with a little 2-3 zone mixed in. We're gonna run a triangle motion with a little bit of Princeton. Obviously, he's gonna do recruiting. I'm gonna have him do scouting and have him do practice. And we're going to get that practice plan set up real quick. Actually, I'll set that later. Just remind. Hopefully, I remember. Alright, so the next thing we want to look at. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at our roster here. We have 4 scholarships. We have 4 players on scholarship, ending this year. I'll just pull that email up. I should probably have done that, but you know what? Screw it. We're great at this, as you can tell. Hopefully I'll be a little bit more organized in the future someday. So here's our main players. We have, we'll look at ratings, so we're going to be lazy. We can kind of get an idea. So it looks like our star player is probably going to be either Will Metcalf at small forward. He's a good outside jumper shooter, good jump shot, okay in the inside. Sucks at free throws. Pretty good passer, not great ball control, pretty good rebounder, decent defense. Get some good blocks, steals for us, nice athletic, which would be good. That means he can play quite a few minutes. About below average on his IQ and discipline. Not really good at drawing fouls is the only downside there. So we have him. Actually, we have Kevin Steele, who's also a small forward, who's actually slightly better than he is. Very similar type player, a little bit better at scoring inside, a little better free throws. Better passer, a little better ball handling, better offensive rebounder. Way worse at defense, though, so I don't know how much he'll actually get on the court. He'll probably be like a 6-man type, more likely. Of course, it depends on when we'll look. Of course, we don't actually have any good small shooting guards, so he actually might play. I'll correct myself on that. Him and Metcalf might both be out there. Again, same on blocks and steals. A little bit better discipline. Not quite as athletic, not quite as smart. Alongside them, we also have Cedric Boulderware here, who's a great free-throw shooter. Good jump shot, not really good on the inside for a power forward, which is kind of not ideal for what we want to run, but we can make it work. Again, another really good passer. We have a good team of quite a few good passers, it looks like, here out of our forward spots. Likes to score. Good rebounder. Good blocker. Not great on on-ball defense. About average drawing fouls. Average everywhere else. He looks like he could be a nice little piece for us there. And then our center, our best center we got right now, it looks like Nathan Marks. Not a great scorer, really, for us. Pretty good rebounder, though. Really bad ball handling skill, though. Defense is great blocks. Really gonna get quite a few blocks. Good steals. Good at drawing, above average at drawing fouls. The rest of his stuff's kind of And then Lofton is our other center we have here, which I just kind of noticed him because he's a really good ball handler. Also really good at scoring inside. A little bit better at defense than Marks. But Marks' that block rating, though, is really hard to ignore. He'll probably end up, staying at center right now. We'll look at the roster right now. So yeah, Mark's a 6'11 sophomore. Lofting 6'8 junior, so yeah, so Marks would definitely be our center. Boulder Ware, our power forward, is 6'6 there. He's a senior. 203, little lightweight there. We have Ides, who's actually a freshman, so he'll actually be here for quite a few years. We can keep his academics up, so that'll be really nice. Was Ides a good one? No, it's Metcalf and Steele. Pardon me. So Ides isn't that bad for a freshman. Looking through his numbers, he'll definitely be one of our top scorers, probably coming off the bench. He really needs to get his handling up, though, but great defense. He looks like one to definitely watch for the future for us. Is going to be Ides. Ides is definitely going to be a great future player. He'll probably come off the bench right now. I'm probably going to run Metcalf at the small forward. Oh, he's a freshman too. Wow, we're going to have small forward. We're going to have a really nice team, actually, in the future, because we'll have Metcalf at small forward, Ides at shooting guard. And then we'll have Marks in the inside, who's already a great blocker. This could be a really nice team if our... Of course, it depends that our scouting is actually accurate, which is iffy at a small school. Our two shooting guards right now look pretty crap. That's the best way to put it, crap. And they're freshmen, thankfully. Also on scholarship. They'll probably eventually get cut. Not this year, because... Well, primarily because... I have the rest of my coffee there. I already have 4 scholarships. I don't want to be, recruiting an entire goddamn team. We're not that big. If it was at a bigger school, maybe, because I can get some pretty decent players in. At this school, I don't know. We probably won't get in much else that's any better. So we'll just take our chance that at least Lampley might become an average player. Our point guards are nothing to really write home about. We got 2 sophomores, both 6'3". He needs to gain some weight. These two have decent size, though. And then, of course, we have Rollerson, our 6'2" senior that I was looking at there. In between Rollerson and Murray for the starting point. Rollerson's not as good of a ball handler. A little bit more of a scorer, a little better jump shot, too. A lot better rebounder, a little better defensively. Not quite as good at blocks. A lot better IQ. It's going to be kind of a tough challenge between the two of them, because Murray's got a little better ball handling. He's not going to take a lot of shots, which is kind of nice. He doesn't rebound as good as Rollerson, but I don't really need my point guards rebounding. He's just not as good defensively, but he will get a few more blocks in there for us. But the main thing that's kind of drawing me to Rollerson is he has really good IQ and above average discipline. He's not quite as athletic, but it's not going to be too bad. That's probably one area we could improve a little bit is our point. And of course, obviously, well, actually, because we're going to move one of our small forwards over, so we actually will be pretty decent at shooting guard. Of course, then I'd like to get some more big centers in there for our sort of our offensive, our style that we want to play. And everyone could be doing better at academics, but what do you expect from a D- academic school? And she left, everyone's from Delaware too. That's also going to be the fun thing in recruiting, is that we have to recruit the state of Delaware for cheap recruiting. So hooray for us, that's going to be fun. Oh, here's a new little bar on here, by the way. There's no chemistry bar. As you can see, our freshmen have absolutely no chemistry with their teammates. And kind of a little bit with our coach. But yeah, we have a chemistry bar. It's fancy. Alright, let's go back to our homepage here. I'll try and wrap this up here. You see, oh, that's kind of cool. Send you the recruit. Wow. This is actually new, and this is really awesome. So here's a new feature I don't recall from last year, and I really love this. It sends us the recruiting class rankings, and it sends them for the entire NCAA. That is really awesome. This is going to be really... I really do like this, because you used to only see the top 25, and it was always kind of interesting. You know, always kind of curious how you're ranked if you weren't in the top 25, so... I wonder if we can find ourselves on here. We're going to start at the bottom. We're probably not that high. Wow, Arizona State was number 345. Good lord, that's bad. Maryland East Shore was 336. That was our team from the first from the 2017 one. Didn't show up on my thing when I which is kind of interesting. They maybe either had higher academics now, or you know, something other somethings. Blah blah. Words. Thoughts. Prayers. Oh, come on. Where are we? Can't have recruited that well. I probably scrolled by and missed it. Grand Canyon was another school I thought I would like to play with, but they didn't come up either. Better again, they had higher academics. Which is odd because they're a for-profit school. You wouldn't think for-profit and academics go together, but I realize someone's going to be pissed that I just said that. Sorry. It makes you feel any better. I went to a school with shitty academics, so you know, I can't really talk. Cal Northwood was one I looked at too, but they have kind of high academic. Are we Delaware? There we are. We're 226. I had to look that up. We are Delaware State, right? There you go. We were 226. That's not bad. We had 100 and what? 130 some schools below us. There's our budget thing. Yeah, we have 151 for open scholarships, scheduling notice. We can purchase our scouting reports. Oh yeah, there's our team information. We play in a little dinky hall. Facilities are meh. There's Arkansas Pine Bluff had better facilities and crappy academics, but I decided to go here. Minimum SAT score is 800, so hopefully we can again get some of those guys that the little higher schools can't get. Our conference sucks. We also suck. Apparently, that was our only tournament appearance in 2005. And those were our only NIT appearances. Alright. Fresh slate, basically. Also, only conference championship. We have a total of 65,000 remaining, which is nice. That'll be quite a good amount of money to recruit those 4. And our goal is to finish in the top 3 of the conference and win 10 plus games. That one shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. That one, I don't know. We do have a decent team, though. If our scouting's accurate. Alright, what else did we want to look at? Absolutely nothing. Let's go, call the AD real quick. Hello, AD. We need to win 10 games, so just bring us in a lot of... Yeah, shut up about that one. Throw that one out. We need to win a lot of games, so we're just going to bring in a lot of home softies. That's usually my low school thing anyways, because it's like, you know, what's the point? Yeah, we can play some tough teams, but at the end of the day, we still have to win the conference tournament to get anywhere. I guess we might make the NIT, but we probably won't even make that if we don't win the conference. So I always have the feeling it's like, let's just play a bunch of easy teams. Pad our wins. Our RPI doesn't really matter. Alright, report-wise, we are going to buy the Atlantic East, and that'll probably be about it. Because we're in Delaware. I'll buy the Southeast, just because. That'll still give us 55,000. That may make no sense, considering, again, we're in Delaware. So we're pretty much going to be recruiting all these states, but I'm like, why not? Southeast, historically black college, yeah, it kind of works. It may also sound really racist, but not meant to be. Don't take it that way. If you do take it that way, oh well, fuck you.
You have new mail.
We have new mail. We aren't doing any summer travel, I don't know, so let's get past that so we can get to recruiting so we can end this video. This episode. I guess we could attend the New York school, but Big Apple Showcase, but no one we want to see is probably going to actually be there.
You have new mail.
Alright, recruiting's begun. I'm going to delete all my emails because I like having a clear inbox. There we go. We made it to recruiting. I kind of covered everything, probably a little briefly, but we kind of covered our coach there, our plan, that sort of triangle motion offense with a little Princeton mixed in, as well as our man 2-3 zone defense. We kind of looked at our roster. And yeah, we'll go ahead and end it here, and we'll pick it back up shortly, where we will start our recruiting and see what we got, see who we got, what's interested. Wow, words. We will see who we have who is interested in coming to our school, and hopefully we get a couple big guys in there, and we'll kind of figure out what we want to do with the rest of those scholarships. We'll kind of also cover a recruiting strategy. It's pretty simple. We kind of already covered it, but yeah. So yeah, so that's all for this first episode there. Hopefully I wasn't too fast talky or too, hopefully covered enough. If not, of course, you can always leave a comment and yell at me, and we can come back to some of the things, or just yell at me just because you want to yell at me. That's fine too. I'm pretty easygoing about that. So yeah, I will see you for episode 2 as we take a look at our recruiting and start our long trek to becoming a good college basketball coach and coaching, regular program. Oh, I almost forgot. Our coach's dream job is Georgetown, by the way, if you're curious. The main reason I picked that is because they have a shit ton of centers. I believe we did that in 17 too. It was Georgetown. I can't remember. So yeah, there you go. Well, they've had a shit ton of good centers come through there. So there you go. We'll catch you later.